Reading acceleration studies. Now, let's take our second step to fast reading by removing obstacles from our path. The first was to make a decision, and since you're here, you've already made that decision. The belief that I have read fast, I won't understand. If you have previously worked without any knowledge of fast reading, your failure may have created a negative belief in fast reading. Making returns while reading. One of the most important problems that is perceived by fast reading is making returns. Experts say that making feedback while reading reduces reading speed by 35%. In fact, there's nothing more natural than a person rereading what they don't understand when they're reading. The problem here is that it's become a habit. Sometimes we read pages and then we don't understand anything we have read, because we must have been thinking about something else at the time. This is due to the working system of our brain. Our brain is capable of detecting, understanding and evaluating 900 to 1,300 words of information per minute. Reading word for word. One of the breaks that reduces comprehension, reduces our reading speed and tires the eye too much is to read word for word. When you read word for word, the eye pauses and convulsions in each word, therefore, it'll get tired in a short time. Reading with internal voiceover. The last of the breaks that interferes with our reading speed is to speak from within what we read. This is due to the inability to see words as symbols and slows down our speed considerably. There are several methods that we can do to prevent this introspection. Chewing gum while reading, squeezing a pen between our teeth. However, these are temporary methods. It can only be applied for a while in order to eliminate this habit. When you start practicing these exercises, the inner voice will try to keep up with your reading speed. Then, it'll naturally disappear because it won't be able to keep up with you. All these breaks mentioned above prevent us from reading fast. Distraction. Not being able to concentrate on writing while reading is perhaps one of the most important problems of our time. A number of factors such as television, mobile phones, internet, all trigger this even more. It's better to temporarily take a break from reading than to dream about reading and not being able to give yourself to the text. Eye training. It's a fact that we do the reading with our brains, and the eye acts as the camera lens. An untrained eye moves through the lines. In the meantime, pauses and jumps take a long time, and because he can't understand it, he often makes a comeback. The eye must be trained with a number of techniques that are quick to gain. Other factors that determine the quick reading can be ordered as follows. 1. Eye exercises. 2. Active field of view. 3. Splash distances. 4. Block read. What is alpha speed reading education? Alpha speed reading training trains the eye muscles. It expands the visual field of the eye. It's an educational program that prevents the eyes from wandering aimlessly onwards. With the alpha speed reading training, an effective tempo is gained to the eye. A compromise is made between seeing and perceiving. From the moment you start learning speed reading, mistakes are corrected and reading increases several times. What are the tips of alpha speed reading training? The main purpose of speed reading is to expand our active visual field, AGA. The history of speed reading in the West has a history of more than half a century. Speed reading is a technical skill. First of all, the reader needs to recognize slow reading habits and get rid of those habits. In the next stage, The reader should accustom his eyes to seeing fast and do exercises to widen his vision angle and see a wider area. What is the purpose of the Alpha Speed Reading Education Program? The purpose of the program, it is to enable you to make reading more effective and more efficient in a short time. The basic purpose of Alpha Speed reading training is to train the eye muscles and, most importantly, to expand the active visual field. The priority is training eye muscles, to increase the reading speed, then to increase the sight comprehension ratio with concentration techniques. In short, to keep your eyes from wandering aimlessly over the words. In this way, you will also gain a great speed in your brain power. The main objective of the training, it aims to develop understanding, perception, attention, and focus on the concentration in the most effective way. At the end of this study, it is guaranteed that you will be an effective and efficient reader. As a result, a reader who takes the Alpha Speed course by reading fast will develop their comprehension and decision-making skills and become a high-level reader. My dear students, although you are a reader, you should not forget that you are actually faced with learning to read again, once again. Fast and effective learning to read studies are, in a sense, a relearning study. In order to achieve these goals, you must first be willing. You have to make the necessary preparations and take the reading seriously. You should repeat the techniques that will be offered to you at every opportunity, and you should practice a lot.